I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Biggie, oh baby, you know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man. Billy, oh honey, you know you got me smoking.
Hello again. Welcome to another Monday night. I am John Hill.
I'm Nick Woods.
And I am Dean Andrews.
And together we are Smoking Salads. So tonight, let's get right into it. We are doing the Umbagog. And Dean wants to get up and show them what the Umbagog is. So as I said during the last show, I was going to do the Year of the Cowboy. But we found out last week, just before the show, that a very, very close friend of ours passed away. So this show will be in memory of him. So with that, I'd like to call it out. Hey, Chris Wilson.
Hey, Chris Wilson.
So so we're gonna do some Chris Wilson kind of memories, and we're gonna do some other fun stuff tonight. So with that,
Ryan Pulse is smoking an Umbagog and drinking water.
Wow.
drinking water.
Yeah, let us know, you guys, what you're smoking and drinking.
Remember to share the show to all of your friends and anybody else that's not even your friend. In fact, you should just go out and annoy everybody and just share it across the board, no matter
Ryan
what.
Pulse cannot write a sentence either. It says, Jason Elcomware.
Instead of Elcomware.
Are you? Everyone is waiting at the lounge for you.
My guess is Jason went home.
All right. Well, let's get into it. What did you guys get on the nose on the wrapper here?
Ed Ryan wants to know if Nick lose a bet? What's up with the fez?
Yeah, brain surgery.
He put the fez on, and I'm like, hey man, that looks good on you. You just wear it for the show.
Yeah, brain surgery.
All right.
You don't want to see what's underneath. There's nothing.
And Lee Marshall is smoking a Year of the Cowboy.
Maduro.
Maduro.
So on the nose, got a lot of barn funk. Like we're talking like has been in the field for a while. Barn funk. This sucker had a stank to it. But I also got some earthy notes. And,
Stanky barn. Not there. Stanky barn.
Notes, maybe some like a pine nut type of note. But that was on the cold draw and just the smell. What about you, Dean?
I did get that, but I also got a sweetness, almost like a spiced brown sugar and plum mixture. So It was kind of, it was hard for me to place it, but I definitely got brown sugar and spice, but then there was some kind of a sweetness outside of that I thought kind of was like a stewed plum or something like that. So, but I still got all the barn funk. I didn't get any pine notes, but I got the barn funky.
This review, more than any other reviews that I've read, has more significantly different opinions about what you taste, smell, finish, all that fun stuff. So the only site that really had what you should get on the nose was from the Dunbarton website on the cigar. And according to the website, It's a combination of surprisingly strong, sweet floral that reminds me of roses, dark chocolate, earth, and leather with a touch of vanilla sweetness. That seems pretty specific for cigars that normally smell like barn funk.
Yeah, I didn't get any
So-
roses, but I did get sweetness.
Real quick, Dave Babcock says he's eating spaghetti, drinking Dr. Pepper, and he's looking at an Umbagog.
Looking at an Umbagog.
Jason,
You're looking at 3 Umbagogs.
Jason said he's smoking an Umbagog. Ed Ryan is smoking a
Tricky Traca.
Tricky Traca and drinking a NA beer.
Non-alcoholic beer.
And then Jessica's just watching.
My wife is watching.
So while you guys are, continuing to finalize what you're getting on the cold draw,
I got earth notes, maybe a little bit of leather.
so on the
I
cold
didn't do a
draw,
cold
they
draw.
say flavors of creamy oak, leather, bread, hay, licorice, and slight black pepper on a cold
See,
draw.
anytime I hear somebody
Oh,
say
no.
about licorice, I never get it because I don't eat like
It's
the black licorice.
It's more of a
Yeah.
mouthfeel for me on the licorice. It's like that
Yeah.
snappy.
I don't really get the licorice out of this. Maybe if it is, it's a very
I get
light.
a little on the palate, but
Yeah.
while you guys are smoking at first, give it like a quarter inch before we start talking about the palate,
Yeah.
and we'll talk a little bit about the cigar. So this cigar is actually named after Steve Saka's favorite fishing lake.
Okay.
That in mind.
So we picked
Fishing.
this stick
We're talking
that
about
I'll make
fishing, folks.
Lead right into him.
Do you know where that lake is? Lake
No.
Umbagog?
No, it's somewhere up in the northeast.
Yep. New Hampshire.
Huh?
New Hampshire.
Okay, well there
So
you
just
go.
Thought I'd ask. I didn't know if you knew or not.
Dude,
You're
this-
the fishing
I'm
expert.
Not up there. No, it's probably fresh water. I'm
it's right in
more
your
of a
backyard.
saltwater kind of a guy. You know?
So this is intended to be a lower cost Dunbarton stick. In fact, they use a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper that is considered too ugly to be used on their higher end sticks.
Looks fine to me.
So it's rougher. If you look at it, you can see more veins. I've got some pock marks in there, so it's not a well
pretty.
oily looking. Yeah, it's not pretty. So they're rejects. So lower cost on it. So it
Just
lowers the
because
cost
they're
of the cigar.
rejects don't mean it.
That's
doesn't-
exactly their point.
It because they're rejects means that they might actually freaking taste better.
Yeah. So the rest of the cigar is Nicaraguan binder and fillers.
Nice.
Okay.
So Steve is quoted as saying, "This is a cigar that doesn't pretend to be special or seek to elicit the oohs and ahs of the cigar snobs. It is an honest, hardworking cigar that is meant to be smoked, chewed upon, and lit, however many times you wish. For me, it's a perfect cigar for mowing the yard, hiking, four-wheeling, and of course, fishing."
Yeah, this is definitely a fishing.
He left out golfing.
Oh, this could be a good golfing stick.
But-
really quick, we're saying hi to Joyce and Daniel. Ryan's wife and son are also watching.
Yep, Joyce, glad to see you're at least up and moving around. So,
Yeah.
been going through some hard times lately, so we're thinking about you.
Yeah. Gerald says he's smoking a Gurkha Beauty, and drinking some homemade whisker.
Whisker,
Some whisker.
some whisker, drinking some whisker. All right.
Oh, jeez.
So, what are you guys getting on the palate?
I'm getting bread. I got a little bit of coffee. Who knew? But I'm getting bread, coffee, leather. I got a like a caramel, like a caramel or something like that, and then I got like a sweetness, but I think it's like a peach.
Okay.
Like a caramelized peach.
Caramelized peach. I don't know if it's that sweet, but I'd definitely go with maybe a dried apricot or peach.
There's definitely some fruity note
Yeah,
to
like
it.
a white peach, not
But-
the regular yellow peaches, but the white peaches have more of
Primary-
a delicate flavor to them.
Primary for me is like a toasted oak.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and then everything else is
But I'm
kinda
getting a black
subtle.
pepper, a little bit
On
of
the
spice.
retrohale for sure,
Yep.
black
Oh,
pepper,
yeah.
leather.
It's not intense
but
black
it's
pepper.
not your.
It's not like licking a couch.
It's not like a
It's,
couch.
it's not like licking a couch or smoking the ratole.
Yep.
Tole.
The
So-
ratole.
Tasting notes: creamy oak, along with almonds, gritty earth, dark cocoa,
Okay.
dark cocoa nibs is what they called it, seared steak, leather, and grass, along with a nice amount of black pepper on the retrohale and a spice on the tongue.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a little
So-
bit of the spice on the
We got
tongue.
some
Yeah.
of it, not all of it, but we
some
got
them.
most of it.
earthiness, yeah. I guess
But doesn't
hits of
but doesn't
cocoa, which
Saka
I would
like
probably
this?
attribute to coffee.
Doesn't Saka like it say that all his cigars have like a steak or meat kind of thing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of this. All
I,
of this should go
I think
after
I think
having
it just says no matter what, every cigar I make, just put
Listen, I
guys,
like,
just put in there descriptor, guys, just put in there it's got steak in
I
it.
like the flavor of the cigar, but if my steak tasted like that, I probably wouldn't eat it.
No,
That's fair.
So, on the finish, you guys picking up anything on the finish? They're very specific on the finish.
Well, let's see what happens. Om nom noises. Here we go.
I'm getting more of a light leather creaminess, like a little nuttiness.
I'm definitely.
Actually, I could kind of pull out maybe a little bit of that pine nut.
Yeah, I think I'm getting. What I'm starting to get is more like an actual like graham cracker on the finish.
So, they're calling out something fruity.
Fruity.
Yep. So, let's see if we can't narrow it in. If you're thinking about something fruity,
Is it well? Since you have the notes, and without giving us too much, is it a dark fruit or is it a light fruit?
dark fruit.
Really? So we got to think of a dessert?
No, fruit.
Oh, just the fruit?
Yeah, but it can be used in desserts for sure. In fact, there's lots of desserts made with it.
Is it like a dark cherry?
It is a dark cherry.
Okay. Oh, maybe I'm a little. Yeah, if I let it sit a little bit, I might.
So I didn't want to poison your brains and put that suggestion in your head.
Right.
Now that I do, it's like, yeah, I guess I can see that because they might have it on their brain, which is why I thought of it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have pulled out a cherry on this.
Yeah, I'm not getting
It's
that.
something
Not
sweet,
instantly.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's
There's a sweetness, but it's not
but it's
more
earthy.
fruit.
Even on the finish, it's earthy.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a twinge of that little. Yeah, I guess you could say it's cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be trying some cherry pies later, so maybe you'll
Are we?
pull it out.
We got blackberry pie too.
Oh, there you go.
Blackberry pie and a cherry pie.
So, all right. So that's as much as I'm going to talk about the Umbagog, other than the fact that the reason we're smoking this is that it's Chris Wilson's favorite cigar.
Exactly.
So we procured this because this show is in memory of Chris Wilson tonight. So we are going to be pairing this with a Rittenhouse Rye, and it is bottled in bond. So if you want to show them a close-up, probably just
Pull it back.
there we go.
Oh, here.
So
That's right.
You want me to rotate it or just leave this special?
yeah, nah, just
Yeah.
forward.
Just show the bottle.
So this is a Heaven Hill Distillery product. They're also the makers of McKenna, Heavenly Hill, Larceny, Elijah Craig, Fighting Cock, Evan Williams. You know, big family of that. So this particular whiskey brand has lots of history in it, and it commemorates the famous Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay.
So it's aged 4 years in virgin American white oak, and it's comprised of 51% rye, 39% corn, and 10% barley. So it should actually, we didn't intentionally, I didn't go out there and research the cigar with the whiskey. We'd already had the whiskey picked out. So I think as it turns out though, it should be a good pairing with what we've got going on.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Umbagog just has so many different subtle flavors to it. I think it's going to be really excellent with this thing.
I will say the first whiskey, rye, actually it was a rye blind tasting that we were doing. Out of all the ryes that we did, the Rittenhouse was my favorite
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Actually, I think
And going blind, we didn't know what they were or anything like that, but I remember Dave said, if I know Jamie, because she loves Rittenhouse, somewhere in there is going to be a Rittenhouse. But I had never really had it. I think I had it once over here, and maybe it might have been whatever I was smoking or drinking, kind of didn't have that
complement
same
it, so
flavor.
you're like,
but
eh.
to me, it had a nice seared, or it had a good orange flavor profile to it, and I really liked it.
What, somebody picks on the hat and you take it off?
No, my head is getting hot.
That's good.
All right, long pour. Here we go. Let's see if we can do it. Wait, no movage.
Wow, you already got on my hand.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
shouldn't be
look
doing
at
that
that.
anymore.
All right.
Zamboni.
Yep.
All right, so
Swirly girly.
we'll swirl the girly, but before we cheers, we'll take a big nose of this thing and let's see
Yep.
what we get. Now, I have two different reviews on this, and they're completely different from each other. One is from Heavenly
this.
Hill, and
How'd
the
you
other
do it?
is from some other whiskey site. So we'll see.
Oh. Dude, you can just smell that.
Nom noises.
Oh,
Nom
that's
noises.
Yeah. So, Nick, what are you getting on the nose?
The class. I'm getting caramel. I'm getting vanilla. I'm getting a very sweet, floral. Maybe a citrus.
Maybe.
I think I'm getting like a hint of honey.
Okay.
I'm getting a spice characteristic from the barrel. I'm getting more spice and orange citrus, or maybe a combination of some orange and lemon, kind of some bright, like a bright citrus.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit of
Ooh.
toffee in there as well, but definitely the spice
Yeah, I
from
was
the
just
wood.
about to say that third time I went in with my nose, you start to get deeper
Yeah.
flavors coming out of there.
I'm getting like a hickory spice.
Yeah, I just attribute that to the
I
wood
was-
spice.
I was
No,
about to
it's-
say that I was getting like almost like how some of those coffees that we get, or that some of our friends have done, that are the bourbon barrel flavored coffees and stuff. That's what I'm getting. That wood and coffee kind of mixed together.
All right, well, let's swirly the girly one more
Yeah.
Make her
time.
dizzy.
All right,
Cheers.
cheers.
That was 3 different tones. That was kind of cool.
Well, you guys are thinking about what you taste. Here's what the nose said. And Victor, I don't know if you're watching the show, but I can't take a phone call while I'm in the middle of the show. So, Michiganders. So, on the nose. All right. So here is Heavenly Hill's description of the nose: dried fruits, toffee, and sweet peppers. Somebody else who did a review said licorice, dill, honey.
I got the
You
honey.
picked up the honey. I did. I tried to find some
No,
dill in there, and
I
even
don't
with a
get any
suggestion of
dill.
dill,
No.
I don't get
Now-
any of that.
Now, mind you, I have gotten our friend Dave. He had what was it? It was brain candy. What is it?
Oh, it's the oh damn it! Oh, it's the Canadian. It's a 28-year aged Canadian light whiskey. It is a god damn.
Well,
It's not the Octomore. It's the
No, it's not.
oh,
Shoot.
that's that black bottle we had. It was
Yeah,
labeled
with
green
candy on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. I forget
Damn
what
it.
it is. It's not important for our show because
Someone's
we're
gonna-
talking about Rittenhouse.
someone's gonna come in, but
Hey Dave, what was the brain candy?
That's right. Somebody else can tell us. So two
Unobtainium.
totally
Obtainium.
unobtainium.
No, it's just
Obtainium.
Obtainium.
yeah. So what they did, so this was a barrel purchase that Dave was able to get of because he's a Patreon supporter. But what they did is they took the bottle and they dipped it in hot pink, fluorescent pink kind of a batter, and then they took actual real little small little dots, the little sugar dots that you put on ice cream and stuff, and then they sprinkled that on top like it's a donut and everything. So-
Cool. Well, tonight we're talking about Rittenhouse.
Yes, I know.
So,
that, but anyway,
so yeah, it was a good spirit as I recall. So if you haven't tried it, go out there and try it.
That's where I like the first thing I picked up was dill, and everyone thought I was a nut.
Yeah, well, but just I put 2 different reviews in here to let people know that the professionals who do this all the time, they have completely different palates.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
we have differences here. You have differences at home. So just because you're getting something different than we are, everybody's palate's different. So just wanted to highlight that because we haven't highlighted that in a while.
Oh, shit.
But that's true. Okay, so you guys have had kind of an opportunity
let
to
me see again.
taste a little bit when I was talking.
While you do that, I'm going to address something. Yes, Eric. So my local HERF group had a bet for Chris to do a dry March, and I have just lost the bet. However, I have no regrets because anytime we had good whiskey and Chris came in and we offered to it, 9 times out of 10, that man would be like, "Yeah, no, I'll take a little bit."
yeah.
And so my sips tonight are for Chris. So, I don't care if I lost the bet.
Mine too. Chris is gonna get really drunk tonight.
Hello.
All right. So I'm still kind of muddling the flavors in my mouth regarding the palate. Dean, what are you getting on the palate?
Like I say, I get that citrus. I get a spot. Actually, the first time I tried it, and I don't know if maybe it was the carbon on my tongue from the cigar, but I actually got some spice heat out of it. I actually
It's
got
almost like a cayenne pepper kind
yeah,
of a
almost,
thing. So I'm
almost
getting-
not the flavor of cayenne, but I got some slight heat out of it. I did get a little bit of pepper. You also got the wood essence. Look, seriously, for the money, this is actually a really good rye as well. I would like to point out that even if it's a drinker that doesn't really like rye, this might be a good entry rye to get them on.
I agree because unlike most ryes, it doesn't smell really spicy.
And it doesn't have that
oaky.
overly rye spice, right?
Right, it's
it
subtle.
doesn't. It does.
So,
yeah.
but yet, on the flavor, you get that, but it mixes in with the spice. And I
Yeah.
don't want to say what they're calling out as a spice,
Uh-huh.
but we recognize that and we get the two kind of.
Yeah, I mean, there's
it's kind of hard to
there's a
differentiate
cinnamon,
between the
there's
two.
a cinnamon. I mean, I get a cinnamon on my palate, but then
Sometimes
there's
it's hard to differentiate
also
between
a
cinnamon
touch of
and
clove.
cayenne, though, when it's
A
just
little
right
bit,
yeah,
there.
a little-
and
yeah.
there's a little touch of clove
Okay,
to it.
Nick, what are you getting?
By itself, I was getting lots of citrus actually on the palate. I was actually starting to get a little bit of the rice spice. I don't normally get that when I drink rice, but I'm actually starting to get the spice. I'm actually getting a creamy aspect out of it. It's not abrasive.
Guys, getting any orange or citrusy flavor?
That's
Yeah,
what's-
dude. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, do the cigar and, then do the
thing-
whiskey.
there's something happening that
There's
I don't,
something going on
I can't
there.
figure out.
It's
Really
like
quick,
a wood
I-
smoked nut of some
Yeah, I'm
sort.
gonna have us finish this,
Yep,
and then
yep.
we'll do the blending.
So really quick,
Yep.
Dave wrote in. He says, "I'm Dean. Mama say alligator is ornery because of his oversized umblagata."
Yeah, sure. That's not funny. So
Yep.
let it die.
So on the palate,
That's a Dave.
first from Heaven Hill, rich cocoa, citrus, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla.
Maybe it's
Okay.
the nutmeg. I'm not getting
nutmeg.
any
Well,
cocoa.
I've got
Maybe
cocoa.
the nutmeg is what I was pulling out when I did the cigar and then drank the spirit because there was some kind of a
But citrusy for sure. Rich in mouthfeel for sure.
Yeah.
Mouthfeel. I didn't really pick up any nutmeg.
Oh, did
Vanilla, sure. I
did
get
we
that.
talk about the,
The secondary was
Okay.
rye bread,
Okay.
It's a
oak,
rye.
and cinnamon.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
cinnamon's
clove?
definitely prevalent.
Did they say clove?
Did not say clove.
Oh, you did not say clove. Okay.
Okay, so finally the finish.
Graham cracker, citrus.
You're in a graham cracker kind of mood today, aren't you?
I'm in a real graham.
Coffee and graham crackers.
It's not bad
I know what to
combo,
get you for
actually.
your birthday.
Dip. No, it's. I think all the flavors that I got on the palate are kind of they're just sitting there, and nothing's coming out.
In general,
it's pretty.
The reviews that I saw said the same thing. Basically, what you get in the palate, it's almost all of them
Yeah.
in one fashion or another on the finish.
Yeah.
What are you getting, Dean?
Yeah, it pretty much stays true all the way through. I do like the finish on it. I would say this is a medium to full body on it because
Yeah.
it does stay with you.
Yeah,
It's not an It's not okay. So
It's,
here's
it's
what I
very
would say.
oily, but it's more of a medium bodied.
It's
if you're
not
looking
a.
at the legs.
It's
but
not what you would call a full flavored rye, but the body does last longer than what you would think, being at 100 proof.
yeah, it's probably on the sweeter side.
Yeah,
So, which
but
doesn't,
I'm getting my palate is reopening. That orange and spice comes up, and then it kind of goes away. And you get more of the woodiness, and then like if you swallow or something like that, that orange spice comes back up to the front of your palate.
when you do what?
When you when you
So the
really quick, Ryan says Dean must be drunk.
Yeah,
He is
yeah,
fumbling
blah,
all over
blah.
his words like they are a football, and he's a Cowboys running back.
sure.
So wow, they're really attacking us tonight.
Hey, Ryan, who's the all-time rushing leader of the NFL? That would be Sir Emmitt Smith from the Dallas Cowboys. Thank you.
Why is that pertinent?
I don't know.
Because
So,
he brought
okay.
up football and cowboy and
There it
something
is.
blah, blah, blah.
Proceeding.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on.
So the finish, according to Heaven Hill, maple-like.
Huh?
Maple-like.
I can see that.
Okay, I can get that.
I
That's
can
sweet.
see that. I don't know if that's what I would get, but I
The
can see
other,
it.
the
See, but
other
the-
review.
See,
just,
the thing is that the combination of the citrus and that cinnamon kind of overwashes that mapliness,
agreed.
right?
So the other review, grated dried orange, apple, cocoa. Now I get
Apple what?
apple and cocoa.
Apple
Okay.
and cocoa.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, more.
give it
I
to
get
you.
more citrus than anything.
Yeah,
else.
I
Like
do.
a-
I
definitely.
get
peely
citrus
kind
and
of a-
cinnamon.
And the cinnamon is still there on the finish.
I feel
Um,
like this would be really, really good in an old fashioned.
Oh no! I was just about to say this would be a really good mixed drink rye to do mixed drinks with,
Or just drink it neat.
or you
Oh,
can
that
drink
too.
it neat.
No,
Yes.
but I feel like if you were to make a mixed drink that like an old fashioned with this would be really
yeah.
good.
So if you had it at a party, you could make mixed drinks and
Yeah.
or give it to people
If you're
straight,
the kind of,
and
if you're the kind of
everybody's
person
gonna like
that
it.
appreciates mixed drinks and old fashions, I would
Yep.
definitely give this a try. It would definitely be very interesting, especially with a muddled cherry in
Okay.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
drink
yeah.
a little bit more of this, and now I'm gonna put some of that smoke in here.
yeah.
The cigar
So
smoke.
I'm actually going to now blend the two of mine together without adding the smoke or anything like that. So
Which
Dean
one?
can give us.
Which one are you gonna do first?
I'm going to do whiskey first, then cigar.
Then I'll do cigar and then whiskey.
Okay. And we'll have some dead air, but we'll
Num
move.
num noises. It's all
Num
good.
num noises. Num num noises to fill the dead air.
See, I'm getting that nutmeg now. What? It's the cigar that's bringing the nutmeg out, John.
Yeah.
Alright.
No. Okay. So I'm getting nutmeg.
Which one did you do first, Dean?
I did the whiskey first and then the cigar, but I also did the cigar earlier than the whiskey. And remember I told you there's some kind of a nut flavor of some sort?
There's something going on when you do the cigar and then the whiskey first.
It's like nutmeg covered almond.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm literally getting it's like someone took like an almond and covered it in graham cracker. I'm not even kidding. Like I want a
You
graham
like
cracker
graham
cake.
cracker,
Alright.
okay?
Put your hat back on.
Yeah, put your hat back on. You like graham crackers.
It's not
We
a
got
dunce
that.
cap. I guess it's okay.
All right, here we go. I'm going to put some smoke in here.
So Dean's gonna put some smoke in there. What did you get when you did the cigar and then?
So
well, he's
yeah, I was
graham
getting
cracker.
I got graham cracker, but there's a like a nutmeg or there's a maybe an almond, but there's a nutty flavor that I can't define it.
Yeah.
But
See?
it's very prominent when you do the cigar than the whiskey.
And the cigar, I think the smoke from the cigar or what's left on your palate brings out a little bit of that creaminess in the spirit as well.
I got graham cracker dipped in ground up coffee beans.
I literally finally got the cocoa.
No.
No, I literally just got the cocoa.
No, it's okay. So seriously, I definitely got a chocolatey type of graham cracker when you do the cigar and then the whiskey. So
Would you get the
definitely-
other way?
that Dean and I were talking about.
All right. okay,
All
okay.
right. So I want you guys to smell your whiskey and then smell that.
I don't know if I'm gonna
As long as I don't have to smell your finger.
Yeah, you're not smelling my finger.
All right, here we go.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Wow, wow!
I'm just wiping this over.
Your brand new shirt
Yeah.
that you bought for Chris.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely leaves a smoke behind on that one. So what's it taste like? with
No,
the smoke in
officer,
it?
I have not been drinking tonight.
Yeah.
No, I swear to
officer.
drunk, I'm not officer.
I don't know. Let me see what it. Boy, I tell you what, that's nice.
Rod says, I watched the show just to see the cool and funny stuff Eric's and Dave say. Thanks, Rod.
Yeah, thanks, Rod.
See if we send you any more sticks.
When I come down there to Alabama, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing to catch all the fish.
So
That's nice. You got to do it with the smoke. It's nice.
okay, so let's move on to the next segment
Wow.
of the show.
It's good.
Dave.
Dave.
Dave's birthday
Dave.
was last week. And
It was last week.
No, Dave's birthday was on the
On
day
Monday.
we found
It was
out.
on Monday.
It was on
yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
So extra sucky. But Dave, I hope you had a great birthday because you're in more dire need of a blowjob than any white man I've ever met.
No.
So,
Well, no, I do have to ask Dave. What's it feel like when Jamie uses you like you use the blow up sheep? That's what I want to know.
I'm just kind of wondering when Jamie gets onto the sheep and she looks at him at that lustful look that she's given from the sheep. Does he get jealous of the sheep?
Probably. Oh, also,
Inquiring
Dave.
minds want to know.
Yeah.
Or she blows up the sheep and she looks at Dave and she goes, "Oh yeah, you're not invited."
So, but also, like, Dave, now that you've gone a year older, scientists want to know how old is dirt?
Yes, we would
we
like
don't
to
know.
know.
What were the dinosaurs like?
And
Is
was
that how you
it hard?
stayed
Was it
skinny?
hard to communicate with Adam and or Eve?
Yeah, did you stay skinny because you had to run away from Tyrannosaurus Rexes all the time to eat your food? I mean, what was your relationship like with God? I mean, did you hang out with him every day, or were you a dick? Was he a dick? Did you kill?
We tried to find baby photos of Dave, but there's
Did
too
you
many.
kill Abel and blame it on Cain?
Oof.
Did you take out the last dodo bird?
We tried to find Dave's, baby photos, but the stone tablets were just too heavy.
Yeah,
for us.
Yeah,
Those stone
those were
tablets
just,
were
it was
pretty
too hard
big.
to bring in
Yeah.
there. So we wanted to, embarrass him and show the baby pics and stuff like that. But yeah, those cave drawing tablets are just, they're just. way
Dave
too
says
much.
when I'm tired, I tag out to the sheep.
Babe, it's past 8:15. I'm done. Go get the sheep.
Yeah, go.
That's right. Dave, isn't it past your bedtime? I mean, you're probably eating lunch around or dinner around 4 o'clock.
Okay, so I got a story about Dave. So Dave and I, we were of course fishing one time,
Oh boy, here we go.
and Dave had hooked this nice fish, and he's bringing it up to the top, and we see it's a nice sized catfish. It was probably about a 19, 20-inch catfish, not super big, but big enough and everything, and I had a net there. I actually had a net. I'm like, wait, let me get my net. And he's like, no. Oh, no, I got it. He starts to lift the catfish, and the tip of his pole's bending down towards the water. He's trying to lift the damn thing up. Sure enough, the line snaps, breaks right off. So you got the catfish is still, because when you hook a catfish, normally when you hook a catfish, I'll say normally, when you hook a catfish, because of the way their skin is, I mean, when you hook them in the mouth, they're pretty much not going to get off,
Yeah.
unless they break your line or something like that. Anyway, it falls off. You
Does
got the
seeing them
weight.
hook like that
You
get
got
you
the
off?
weight. You got the weight down here. You got the catfish on here, so that you think the catfish is going to hit the water and just take off. No, he doesn't. He's just like, okay, I'll just float to the bottom. He floats to the bottom, sits on the rocks for a little bit, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and swim away. And bam! He starts swimming around the water in a circle. And what had happened is that his weight had found a little crack in the rocks and had lodged itself down in there. And it would not let go. And Dave's like, what are we going to do? I'm like, dude, seriously, you don't know how to solve this problem? I'm like, hold on 1 second. So I went over, got my big long rod, and I had like 3 dropper hook loops on it and a little weight. And so what I did is I got down in the water, and I would sometimes have to poke the catfish to get him to move. And when he would start to swim around, I would just loop my line around him multiple times, because I knew that hopefully what would end up happening is that my hooks would either hook into the other fishing line or the weight, and that would hopefully be enough for me to get the
Hold
fish
out.
out. So then the first time it actually didn't quite work. I almost kind of had him, but luckily enough the weight hadn't come dislodged. And that was another thing I was worried about, was if like this weight was really lodged in there, then crap, how hard am I going to have to pull to try to dislodge it? So I was, because we were more worried about the catfish at this point, because if not, that catfish is, I mean, he's going to die eventually from starvation, which is probably very painful and grueling for a catfish, right?
Like the story, painful and gruesome.
Yeah, painful and gruesome. So anyway, the second time around, got him up, pulled him up out of the shore, and then he goes, oh man, thanks for catching my catfish. And I'm like, your catfish? Last time I saw, your catfish never made it to the shoreline. It's technically not your catfish. It's mine.
So after that quick story, we have to take time for commercial break.
Yes.
So, this commercial break is brought to you by Franz Fruit Pies.
Yes.
Chris Wilson's favorite travel item.
Oh my gosh, here we go
Never
into
go
this one.
anywhere into Montana without stopping at every single store along the way, gas fill-ups, whatever, and stop and have yourself a delicious Franz fruit pie. Here you go, one for you, one for you.
for Dana.
And now, back
You
to our
want the
regularly
blackberry,
scheduled
you want
program.
the cherry.
Oh, I want blackberry, bro.
Okay,
So,
all
I have to tell. So, by the way, we can't, because we're in progressing times, we can no longer address Dave as he. We have to address him as them, because Dave identifies as a non-binary dolphin.
Wow.
Oh, not a non-binary dolphin.
Dave identifies as a non-binary dolphin.
Well, I hope this announcement makes them happy.
Yes.
There you go.
So, very
Uh,
good.
There you go, Dave. Hopefully you feel accepted.
There we go.
It's right. Warm and fuzzy
All
inside
right, let's
for
break
Dave.
this open. Let's see what we got inside here. We got. Now,
Well-
are you going to tell the story of the fruit pie in Idaho?
Not yet.
All right.
So I'm just kind of curious, as you guys eat the pies, what's that going to do to the flavors of the cigar and the whiskey?
All right. Let's see.
I can't partake because I'm going to live to tomorrow, and it's just as amusing as these guys would seem have with me being in a diabetic coma,
right, what do we
foaming
wanna
at the
do
mouth.
first?
I'm just
Cigar?
not gonna. I'm not gonna do that for the show. So I know, bummer. I know all of you would probably like to see that too, but that's not gonna happen. At least not today. All right, so. All right.
Actually, so because of the breading, graham cracker. The sweetness of the sweetness of
Lord
the
help
blackberry.
us.
The sweetness of the blackberry actually got overpowered by the cigar.
Yeah. No.
You
I
can
would
choose my
say
fucking
my
name.
cherry filling
Yeah.
You
overpowered
choose my
cigar.
name to graham cracker?
Yeah.
Of course. What about you?
I mean, they go fine. Well, and like they said, there's a kind of a fruit flavor in there. I mean, of course, we're having a pie and it's got bread in it. So yeah, of course you're getting bread on your palate because you got bread in your mouth. You know, not bad. I haven't tried the whiskey yet though.
Listen, I can
What-
either call you graham cracker or just crack a ass cracker.
Crack
you,
a
can call
ass
me,
cracker.
you can call me Uncle Cracker Jr.
Uncle Cracker.
But no, you can't call me Uncle Cracker because it's already been
Okay.
taken.
Just graham
Okay.
cracker.
Tell them what you think you got from trying the whiskey.
I actually got it enhanced the dark fruit coming from the whiskey. So because I'm eating a pie that it has blackberries, the dark fruit of the blackberry made the dark cherry come out more of the rye
Nice.
Okay.
significantly.
So what I got is, because we're eating something that has a buttload of sugar in it and stuff like that, fruit flavors, it takes away from the first sweetness you get from that rye, and it brings out more of the citrus and the spice, the cinnamon flavor really comes out through. But then after you breathe for a little bit and everything, and you swallow the whiskey, some of that maple started to come through
Nice.
for me. And so the sweetness of the whiskey starts to slowly come back, but that's when I actually did start to get some maple in it. So
Oh, so back to Dave.
back to
Just kind of wondering during your fishing trips and before you'd met Jamie, you seemed like a pretty rode out, hard, desperate man. I'm just kind of wondering on your fishing trips when Dean wasn't looking, were you sexually attracted to the fish? Are you a fish fucker, Dave?
Fish fucker.
Come on, be honest
that
with
would
us.
explain why Dave can't catch anything.
Yeah, except for
No, wait, no, wait,
except
but
for
then- no, no,
scales.
no,
Is that why all his rainbow trout are dead when he throws them back in?
The only thing he can catch is ick from the fish. Jamie, I can't sleep with you this week. I've got ick.
Eric says that Dave would like me to tell you that them is flippering you off.
Flippering you off.
So, but no, but
Well, of course, because he's a dolphin.
No, but see, here's the thing.
No, not
If-
them as a
They,
dolphin.
They,
Them as a
they,
dolphin.
them,
Them as a dolphin.
they are
He
a
can't type
dolphino.
that either. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, but about your comment about that explains why Dave can't catch any fish because he's sexually attracted to fish. That makes me confused because Ryan is sexually attracted to fish.
I can see that in Ryan.
Well,
But
okay.
Ryan actually catches sturgeon. Like, that doesn't make sense.
he likes them big.
I guess he likes them big.
Yeah.
He's
He
compensating.
likes.
Well,
His
sturgeon
wife's
don't
away-
have any teeth,
Well, no.
so maybe that's why he likes sturgeon.
Well, his wife is watching. She can testify that, he's trying to compensate because there's not really much anything
I
there.
like big fish and I cannot die.
You are the most
But
tempting
can
guy.
die.
When a guy walks in with a fishing pole.
He's there to get whacked.
Dave says he does like catching sucker fish.
There you go.
There you go.
I knew it. So that brings us to commercial break number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Brought to you by Hostess Twinkies.
Another favorite of Chris
When
Wilson.
you've got a car full of wonderful charcuterie and all kinds of high luxury items, don't eat that crap. That's not good for you.
No, that's all Chris
Stop
wanted.
in at the local 5 and dime gas station and pick yourself up some delicious Hostess Twinkies. These aren't the old Hostess Twinkies that your grandpa used to eat. These are brand new. That company done went bankrupt. So grab some of these things and stuff your pie hole full of Twinkie.
Yeah. Okay, so Ryan, was the bet for a cigar? There was a bet that you were or were not going to eat that, and Ryan put it on there, but I wasn't going to read it because if I said
You haven't made him eat it yet. We were going to make
no,
him
no,
eat
it
one.
was for
The fruit
Nick.
pie. Bro.
If he was going to eat
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
that's
pie.
what I'm saying.
Anybody that made the bet that I was going to eat the freaking fruit pie would have won because I won't say no to a fruit pie.
Well, yeah,
All right.
that's what Ryan was like. Dave, Nick, eat the pie. I got a bet on it.
We need to hear from online audience as well as local audience. We've got quite a local audience tonight, so make some noise, local audience people. One person.
Yeah, woo. One person.
Does Nick need to eat at least a bite of a Twinkie?
Yes, yes, a bite of the Twinker.
Hold on. To give reference.
Get Twinkie with
to
the
give
Twinker.
a reference,
Get that cream in your mouth.
I-
You know you want
Put
it.
it in
That's why I
there.
don't
Swallow it.
Look
I'm
at
31.
it, folks. The cri-
I'm 30. I'm 31 and I have never had a Twinkie in my life.
And there's something wrong with that statement.
We need to break that.
Twinkie.
You haven't lived till you had a Twinkie.
I'm good with fruit pies.
No, Twinkie
No.
it.
No.
One bite.
Twinkie.
Take a
Twinkie.
bite, I'll take a bite.
No, it's so good.
All right.
No.
Don't look at me. I can't. I've had Twinkies. I've had them deep fried.
Yep. I've already eaten one.
Yes,
man.
it was kind of gross, but it was necessary. You know, you can't go to a fair, walk past a deep fried Twinkie stand and go, "What the hell is that?"
I'll get a deep fried
Yeah, okay.
Oreo.
I'll pay $10 for one of those.
Oh, deep fried ice cream. That's good stuff.
Yeah. All right. What's the audience saying in the
Eric
online?
wants me to eat the whole Twinkie.
There we go. In one push, just shout
Oh,
in your
yeah,
mouth.
you can eat that in one push, dude. Just take it.
No.
Just
You
take
guys
one
see
bite,
me?
man.
I've
One
seen
small
you
bite.
down
Nope.
half a chicken in one bite.
Okay. How about if you just deep throat it and then not like chew on it? Just stick it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
Oh, Ryan, a Twinkie's not going to get him to 200 pounds, buddy.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Ryan. I'm still at 175. That's not going to happen.
He's not going to get 200, dude. That was not a smart bet for you.
Yeah, the local herb had a weight bet at my 1-year wedding anniversary, what weight I was, and Ryan decided to shoot real fucking high.
Oh yeah. Well, you know,
Because
you
I
put
would
on
have said
20
like 5
easy.
pounds. I would have said maybe 5 pounds. But I said, because you and I were talking last week or the week before, and I said, what's going to end up happening is about a month to a month and a half before your wedding anniversary, you're actually going to lose weight. And so you're actually going to make sure that you're under what you weighed when you had your wedding.
Yep. Eric said, shove it in.
Shove it in
Throw it in, just get it over with.
Get that creaminess down your throat.
I find satisfaction to know that I am probably in the 1 percentile of all fat U.S. Americans that has never had a Twinkie.
That's right, you are a fatty. You should be nice and healthy like me.
Okay.
Right.
So, I would just like the audience to know, this bottle is about half gone, and we're taking it easy on this. I mean, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
seriously, if we were camping or something like that,
That bottle would be gone in
this
about an
bottle
hour.
would be gone in about
But
an hour.
we're doing a lot of sampling with the cigar, with the fruit pies,
Yeah.
with the Twinkie.
Actually, the
with
Twinkie
smoke.
brings out a smokiness from the whiskey.
Yeah.
Well, of course, I had cigar smoke in there. That was this cigar smoke influenced whiskey.
Yep.
But that Twink, now I did
Friggin'
not
did.
get that from the pie, but I got that from the Twinkie.
So the reasons for the commercials, this show is dedicated to Chris Wilson.
Yes.
And we took a road trip as Bob Polinsky, which you guys know as Bubbles, and Dean, Chris, myself. We went out to Montana to a cigar event, and I went out and procured.
right?
It was the Ashhole Roundup.
Yep.
And I procured a bunch of charcuterie, and we were just going to eat in style all the way there. It's like a 12-hour ride. And my truck broke down, so we couldn't smoke. We were taking Bubbles'
No.
truck.
Your truck
You couldn't-
didn't just break down.
Yeah, it miserably broke down, like $3,000 breakdown. And so we went smoke-free all the way there. And Bob was a little bit nervous about running out of gas, so we stopped about every half tank and picked up more gas.
No, you got to realize that first one, we were literally on fumes.
We
dude.
were, but
and that's the reason
That's not
why.
important for the story. The story is that we stopped about every 2 hours.
Yes.
And these guys would spend 20 minutes wandering around the gas station looking for junk food.
Nope.
And a lot of the times it was Twinkies and fruit pies until we got to Montana, and then it was all about the Huckleberry milkshakes.
No, that was in Idaho.
Was that in Idaho?
Yeah, that was in Idaho. Was the
Yeah,
Huckleberry? It
so-
was the red door garage.
And it
But
was
they were not
closed.
open. They were not open, so we had to go someplace else.
So we all-
and those were not as good as a red door garage.
We all bugged the shit out of poor Bubbles to stop. So he stopped, and that was closed, so we had to stop someplace else. So we had a Huckleberry milkshake, and then we all complained about how lousy it was.
Yes,
Bob was really mad.
but if we would not have made that stop, I would not have been able to pick up a bottle of High West Burr Rye.
That was really good.
And I got about that much left in the bottle, and I'm waiting
Wow.
to share that with Dave. Dave, you and I, we're going to kill that bottle off, buddy.
Yeah. So, with that, any more you want to tell
Well,
Chris' story,
yeah,
Nick?
I've
Well,
got-
do you want to tell the story about the fruit pie and the special fruit pie thingy?
Well, like
was
Christmas time, I gave you guys a fruit pie in celebration of that. So, what do you?
Well, no, it was the story. Okay, so we stopped at a gas station, right? Chris and I are inside the gas station. He's like, "Oh, Dean, these fruit pies." I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, Chris is like, "Oh, Dean, this is so good. These are so good." I'm like, "Are they better than like the Franz and Miss Baird's and stuff like that, or the Hostess?" He goes, "Oh yeah, these are like really good, super primo." So I'm sitting there thinking, "This is going to be a really good."
You guys
Fruit pie.
it just looked like
I
a gas
took
station
one
fruit
bite
pie.
of it, and I look at Chris. I'm like, "What the hell, dude? This tastes like crap." It was
The
horrible.
brand was something like generic.
Oh,
And,
God.
Yeah, it just looked awful.
Oh.
So I wasn't involved in that conversation, but
Yeah.
so
I-
hence the fruit pie.
I have one of the, probably what you could classify as pinnacle Chris Wilson story.
All right, let's go with it.
Really quick, Chris Wilson, he loved laughing. He loved making people smile. The guy took over the room. We had game night here, and he'd come in and he'd go, "Game night!" red in the face, and he's walking in with a bag of 10 cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
Yes.
That's
he starts
not-
throwing
throwing
out
the
the
fucking
cheeseburgers.
cheeseburger.
He's like, "Here's a cheeseburger."
Who wants a cheeseburger?
So, but that's the type of guy Chris is. Chris loves to make jokes and pranks. So, me, Lee, Roger, and Bob and Chris are out at Bob's beach house. Okay, and it is 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of us are 1 sheet to the wind. Bob is 8 sheets to the wind. It's his beach house. He can be 8 sheets to the wind. We'll get there. And Bob has a Bluetooth speaker. And Bob's like, "Let's play some tunes." And so he gets on Pandora and he pairs his phone and he starts playing some rock music. First song that came on, I think, was "Carry On My Wayward Son." And so we're listening to it, and all of a sudden you hear this "Dink." And Bob's like, "What was that?" Song continues playing, and then Chris looks at me, he takes his phone, and he goes, I'm paired with it now." So Bob's Bluetooth speaker could have up to 2 people paired. So while we're listening to Kansas, all of a sudden you hear, "Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down." And then Bob was like, "What? This isn't Kansas?" And then he'd flip, and then he would change the song, and it would go to another rock song. It would be like Kiss, like I want rock and roll all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we'd be listening and they'd be like, yeah, rock and roll all night, and all of a sudden you would hear like, oh, I just can't wait to be king, and Bob's like, what the hell is this? And Chris is smoking an Umbagog, and you just see Chris like, ah! He's like dying in his chair. I'm pretty sure his face was redder than a lobster. I've never seen him so red. And it got so funny too. We even got to a point where Bob was singing Disney show tunes.
Nice.
Oh man, Bob will not admit to it, but we got Bob.
Oh, he admitted to it.
Oh man, we got Bob to sing to it, and then we had that going for like hour and a half, 2 hours, and Chris is crying. And then finally, me and Chris, and Roger were like, we gotta go to bed. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Lee's like, I'll stay up with Bob. Bless you, Lee. Man, like if I'm gonna take any story with me for the rest of my life, it is just the fact that Chris was the guy that was like, he was the subtle, funny guy, and because he was so subtle, the laughter was just so big.
Yeah, because you never suspect him.
You would never expect, and then we eventually told Bob the next day. He goes, "You son of a bitch!"
So, real quick before we close, what are we smoking next week?
Normally next week would be John's show, but the week after next week is spring break, and I'm going to be in Bend. So we're going to do. I don't have the spirit with me, but we're going to do. It's going to be another budget kind of a show, and we're going to do the AJ Fernandez Last Call Maduro Torpedo with Old Granddad 114.
Very
so
nice.
this is the cigar right here.
Yep. So.
And I'll see if I can get a picture for John.
Well, just leave him here, and I'll get the picture snapped.
Well, I meant of the spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I totally forgot because I had to go find a plaid shirt today, so I forgot the whiskey at the house. So, but that's what we'll be doing next week. It's going to be the AJ Fernandez Last Call Maduro, and I think these are about $5.50.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're about
So,
$5.50 a stick. It might be a little bit more for the torpedo. It might be around $6 for the torpedo, but that's still a budget-friendly stick. And then we're going to be doing the old Granddad, Old Granddad 114, and I think those run about $24, $26 a bottle.
That's less than 30.
Yeah.
It's gonna
so
be,
we're going to be
good.
definitely doing another budget,
Good.
friendly,
Excellent.
cigar show.
So I want to encourage everybody to, I've got a little video clip that we're going to end on in memory of Chris Wilson. I encourage you guys to watch it. I don't know if the music is going to come across on YouTube. They tend to block unlicensed music. So you might want to take this opportunity to maybe buzz on over to Facebook Live and check it out there, because they'll tell me a message that, hey, we might block your music, but they won't, at least not here in the U.S. So with that, enjoy smoking salads. And goodbye, Chris Wilson.
Goodbye, Chris Wilson.
Pictures of you, all this still on my mind. Have the smile, the could light up the world. Now it rains, it seems the sun never shines. And I drive down this lonely, lonely road. Ooh, I got this feeling, but I gotta let you go. 'Cause now you got to fly, not to the angels. Heaven awaits your heart, and flowers bloom in your name. Whoa, whoa, you got to fly, not to the angels. All the stars in the night shine your name. Though it hurts me way deep inside, When I turn and look and find that you're not there, I try to convince myself that the pain is still not gone. Till I drive down the slowly lonely road. Ooh, I got this feeling, girl, I gotta let you go. But now you got to fly to the angels. Heaven awaits your heart, and flowers bloom in your name. Whoa, whoa, you got to fly to the angels. All the stars in the night shine in your face. And still I drive down this lonely, lonely road. Ooh, I got this feeling, oh, I can't let you go. But I know that you got to fly to the angels. Heaven awaits your heart, and flowers bloom in your name. Whoa, whoa, you got to fly to the angels. All the stars in the sky shine in your name. Yeah.
So, one last time, Chris Wilson, you will be missed. Thank you very much for enhancing all of our lives and making us better people. To you,
Cheers to you, Chris.
Cheers to you, Chris.
we're going to miss you, buddy.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.